the process of liberation is first to build the economic base and also the state base, working towards the statehood and uniting the people. Okay? Creating another what we call counter society. So the society under the SPLM, SPLA must of necessity be different from the society under the oppressive regime, in terms of its culture, in terms of the way it does its things, in terms of the laws, in terms of justice. The justice system should be different, and unfortunately, this is what did not happen. Because in 21 years, if we had done that thing, we would not be in the situation we are in today, where we are tribes and we divided ourselves into tribes, and not only tribes, communities and sections and so on. In the 21st century, it cannot be. So this is one of the failures of the liberation process, because those who call themselves as liberators, what have they done in this kind of thing? You're going back to the, 100 steps backward, into the 18th and 19th century. The way we are now as tribes, I mean, if you look at the kind of inequality that is existing in the society today, and the kind of divisions among people along ethnic, it is worse than what we were in 1983. In 1983, we were here in Juba, but we were not divided in this kind of thing. This kind of divisions were not there. The only regret will come in that we have missed what we should have done. Okay? We didn't expect South Sudan to be in the way it is now. Its economy to be in the way it is. The South Sudan, like many of our areas in Africa, is still living what we call the stage of national democratic revolution. This is the stage you are in as you move out from a colonial rule and become independent. So you choose now, in order, because what are the fundamental issues that drive people to war? One is that we want to be, we want to change this condition of poverty. Okay? People are poor. And people are poor not because there is nothing. No. People are poor because we have not developed our productive forces. What are the productive forces? One is land. The other is the natural resources we have. You have cattle, you have goats, you have fish in the water, you have power. All these are productive forces. They have not been developed. That's why South Sudan is a poor country. Okay? So the first objective of the revolution was to change this situation by developing the natural resources in order to be able to improve the lives of people. Number two, this is poverty. Number two is ignorance. You see, why we have, we insist today we are this and this tribe and this section and so on, is because of ignorance. We are still living in the very, ancient time. And this needs to be changed through education, through cultural, transformation of what is existing there. The other thing is cultural underdevelopment, cultural backwardness. This depends on the way we are producing, the way we do our things. Okay? Take for instance those who have cattle. You own these cattle in a cultural way, not economic. It's not an economic asset. So if you have 100 heads of cattle, are you a poor person? You are not poor. You are poor because you have not transformed them into an economic asset. such that you can generate milk, butter, beef, and so on for the market. You see, and for this reason now, because since 2005 we have not been able to do this. You have seen it's reflected in the way people are crying about this dollar. Why should we be crying about the dollar? It's not our national currency. Why should it be the one controlling the things in the market? It's because we are not producing. We are not producing. There's not food. Most of our food is coming from outside the country. And that is why you have to pay more money in order to get just very little peanuts, So it means that the liberation itself did not achieve its objective. There's a failure we have seen. A failure, we have failed to build our economy, we have failed to provide our people with the social services, we have failed to do even the least, including the, what do you call it, providing the list, the United people. As a result, what has happened? We've triggered a war, a civil war. Okay? A war which has been very devastating and so on, and insecurity all over the country now. I cannot go to Malakal now. I can't go to my village because of the insecurity. So you have insecurity. We did not become independent in order to live in this kind of a situation. No. We did not. We wanted a better situation, a better than this.